Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Dragon Quest V. Last episode, Bean managed to find the Spring of Flute in the Fairyland, and he found that, returned it to the Fairy Queen, and she used the flute to return spring to the human world here. So now the people of Santa Rosa are blessed with some good weather, and Bean got back just in time to meet up with his father here, who's about to travel to the castle of Reinhart. This will be a relatively short trip compared to our travel by sea. After we finish this journey, I plan for us to settle down for a while. I know that must have been rough and lonely for you till now, but I plan to make up for this. Well then, shall we? So Papa's there promising that this will be basically their last adventure for some time, and prophetically, it will be the last time that Bean will go on an adventure with his father. So, this is actually going to be the final adventure, the closeout of the first generation. So Papa's here now that he's been summoned by the King of Reinhart. We're able to go through this checkpoint. We get to go under the river. You see this man here? If I may, what troubles you, old man? Don't trouble yourself with my words. I am merely divining the nation's fate by watching the flows of the river. I see. Well, take care, old man. The wind blows cold and you may catch chill. Papa's like, huh, I ended up back down here, yep. And we head on out. And of course this is all being done for us. The computer is guiding us to this area. And there is Reinhart Castle. We're going to learn what Pappas has been summoned here for. There's the Chancellor up there. Halt, who goes there? I am Pappas from the village of Santa Rosa. I am here under the summons of the king. Oh, you're Lord Pappas. The king awaits you, sir. Please, this way. You're going to take us, escort us to the king. But we'll be able to explore this castle, or most of the castle, in just a little bit. With Bean. While Pappas talks business with the king, he'll let us explore the castle. My liege, I have brought Lord Pappas. Good work, you may go. Sir. Pappas it is. I have heard rumors of your heroics from all over the nation. Sir, I have a favor I must ask of you. Would you mind coming closer? The rest of you are dismissed. Bean, you must be bored just standing there. Why don't you take this opportunity to look around the castle? I'm sure I'll be done here by the time you're done taking a look or two around the place. So we'll do that. We'll learn more about what's happening here in Reinhart. Unfortunately, we can't talk with the king there. Only the king's bedchambers lie behind here. If you wish to play, you must find somewhere else. Get on down. We'll just do some exploration here. This will take us out to the balcony where we saw that Chancellor earlier. We'll talk with him, and there's some savory looking character over there by a boat. I don't know if I can take much more of Prince Henry's childish antics. It makes me anxious to think that those are the characteristics of the future king of this land. So we learned something about Prince Henry. We will learn that he is the elder of two princes. There's actually two princes. And that's where the rivalry for the throne is going to come from. Little boy, you said your father's from Santa Rosa? Odd. I feel as if I once caught a glimpse of her somewhere. Maybe I'm imagining things. King asked to meet with that man in private. Now, to the right is basically how we advance the story, so we're going to head to the left first. This room belongs to the queen and the younger Prince Dale. And who are you? Here to greet our son Dale? Ho ho ho. Young as you may seem, you are how very perceptive you are. You too believe that our Dale is more suited to take the throne than the wretched boy Henry, don't you? I don't want to be king, mother. Well, apparently, not too many people like Henry. Apparently he's a prankster. And the queen thinks that Dale, the younger son, will be a better. We can't go into that room there. Will the future king be Lord Henry or Lord Dale? As long as nothing drastic happens, the king will definitely be the elder, Henry. Here we're talking about succession. Even the king's healthy. How interesting. Seems as though the queen has been meeting with some rather unsavory characters. Should I bring this up for the king? Oh, what a dilemma. Kind of reminds me of the Dragon Quest III remake for the Game Boy Color. Your characters have personalities, and personalities determine, they give percentage of light growth. If you're like a strong personality, you'll have a higher percentage to gain strength. You know, if you're wise, you're gonna have a higher percentage to gain, intelligence. But they have like, to determine your starting personality, they put you in these little like quizzes, and like one of them is like, is similar to that, where you're a guard, and the queen is scheming behind the king. It's like, do you tell the king that his wife is scheming on him, or do you keep the queen's privacy? It's kind of reminds you a little bit also of the Ultima games, like Ultima 4, where they give you choices, and that chooses your virtue, and that determines your class. So that nun there basically said that a long time ago a castle fell from the sky. We'll learn much later that is the Zenithian castle. Like I said, Dragon Quest 4, 5, and 6 are all kind of united around the trilogy of the Zenithian castle, which is the castle in the sky where the King of Dragons lives. He's basically like the ultimate good in the world. So let's go back up to the second floor, and then we'll head to the right. Oh, speaking of right, we have to head to the right here first, and we'll learn more a little bit about Prince Henry. So you're the one chosen to play Prince Henry. I'm so sorry, I really feel for you. Whoa. That scared me. I thought you were Prince Henry for a second. He knows how much I hate frogs, and he still put one down my back. I'm paranoid now. Everything's Prince Bradley, Prince Henry said, except for myself. When he was very young, he lost his mother, so his father promptly remarried, but it hadn't been the same. All the new queer cared about was her own children. It's only natural that he'd be bitter. So it turns out that Henry and Dale aren't really brothers. They're half-brothers. They have the same father, but a different mother. You can't get through these doors because they don't have the correct key. You get that key much later in the game. But for now, let's just go try to meet Prince Henry. So yeah, it seems like Prince Henry is the eldest, but he is not the current queen's son. She wants her son, the younger Dale, to be the king. She's been reading with some bad characters. So there was Prince Henry right here. Hey, who are you? Oh, I know, you're the son of the Papa Scout my father called here, aren't you? I'm the Prince of Reinhart. I'm the next bestest after the king. Do you want to be my personal goon? If we say no, he, it's another one of these bust-down must situations. So we're forced to say that we want to be his goon. And he's like, I don't want you to be my goon. He's like, we're too tiny. Nothing in the treasure chest. Notice how the chest closed afterwards. It's not like a normal chest that once you open it, it stays open to let you know that you did get it. That's a weird chest. We'll discover why in a little bit. But once we talk with Prince Henry, that is the sequence trigger to advance the plot of the game. So we can head back up to the king's room, and we'll see that our father Papas is gone. And we're basically told that, hey, Papas is supposed to basically guard the prince. I guess the king is afraid for Prince Henry there. But apparently, Prince Henry doesn't trust Papas. And so Papas is like, hey, well, you're his age, basically, so why don't you see if you can be friends with him? So Papas is going to stand guard. So basically, Papas is now Prince Henry's bodyguard. But Prince Henry don't want a bodyguard, he wants a goon. And we are going to say that we want to be his goon, because if we don't say that, well, we can't advance the game, so he says, in order to be a goon, you have to have a goon badge, and he just sends us on this little quest to get the goon badge. Notice as soon as we get to the treasure chest, he disappears off screen, and he's gone. Where did he go? Maybe he snuck past Papas. What? Prince Henry disappeared? Without entering through the portal, the prince couldn't have gone out. I never seen him pass by. So Papas is gonna go check, and what do you know? Prince Henry is there. I I told you to get out of my room. Now he hates me even more. So the prince must have some hidden passageway. Let's go back and do that goon quest real quick. Did you bring the goon badge? No. What? The treasure's empty? That's impossible. So he tells us to go back, check again. And we check, and so we don't end up in that endless loop of going to see our father. We're going to go to that chair where Prince Henry was. Check it out. Hey, it was covering a staircase. So we head on down, and hey, there's Prince Henry. You found the hidden stairs boring. Still, you didn't bring me the goon badge, did you? Well, you can't be my goon, so there. Turns out there is no goon badge. And hey, there's those rough-looking characters. And they kidnapped the prince. And we are helpless to stop him. We step outside, though, and we see that they aboard the ship. And we get to see that we can follow the ship a little bit. See where it leaves. But unfortunately, like I said, we can't stop the ship. So it goes underneath. Keep in mind, much later, see how that ship went underneath the moat? That'll be important later on in the game. We head back inside. I thought I heard a commotion out back, but I wonder who it was. Hey boy, if you notice anything odd, it's best you tell your dad right away. There's a map of the region, we already saw that. Most of the people are still going to say the same thing, so we're just going to ignore talking with them. Gonna head on up, and like that guard said, we should tell our father if something strange happens. What, the prince was kidnapped? What? How? Listen, Bean, don't tell anyone about this yet. We can't make this any bigger than it is already. We gotta save the prince. Follow me, Bean. And we follow our father. And even though we can follow right behind our father, when he steps out the village, he disappears from us. But that's okay, because it's going to allow us to come back in here and explore the village. But more importantly, it'll allow us to buy some new equipment. This is going to be the final dungeon in Generation 1, so you know it's going to be tough. Toughest monsters that we can that we'll be facing. So we want to make sure that we armor up Bean and Barongo as good as they can be. So we're going to buy the Iron Claw for Barongo. Now we got a few weapons here that are stronger than the boomerang, but they don't hit everybody. So we're going to keep that boomerang for Bean. Because being able to hit every single enemy is much better than maybe just doing heavy damage to just one enemy. We got Barongo for that. And he'll be able to do some heavier damage with that Iron Claw. And we'll be able to take some heavier damage, because when we talk with this merchant here, we find out that he is the armorer. And we got upgraded armor for both of our characters. So we'll get the fur coat and an iron helm for Barongo, and then we'll get the iron helm, the iron armor, and a new shield for Bean. Now we won't have enough money to buy all of this stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to step outside, do a little bit of farming, and I'm only farming just to get enough gold to equip everybody to the max. And during that farming, I will be able to also show off the remaining enemies in this area. So yeah, there's a few new enemies in this area. We want to show them off to fill out our bestiary. And that'll get us the extra gold, so I'll be just, like I said, off-screening a lot of these encounters of the wandering around to get those encounters. Like I said, we can get half-plate armor for Bean, an iron shield for Bean, and an iron helm for Bean, and then we get the iron helm and the fur coat for Barongo, and weapon-wise we get the iron claw for Barongo. And having all of these items will basically make this part not necessarily easy, but it'll make it much more manageable. Just how all that good equipment helped Bianca and Bean get through the castle of Lenore with all those ghosts. So, you can sell a little bit of your herbs as well, just to make room for inventory. Yeah, like I said, it's bad that you don't get you know, a bag or a place to store a bunch of these items until the 2nd generation. You still have to do a little bit in your 2nd generation. Luckily, a lot of these items, like I said, they're one-time use. So, like that torch, even though we'll be going into other caves and other castles and stuff, we won't need that torch ever again. It's only for the Palace of Lenore. So, stuff like that we can drop off. We can also get rid of our cypress stick and our sharpened bone, because we have them. We're keeping them to do that trick later on, that Easter egg, to always do critical hits and have a monster join your party. Like I said, you need 6 items to do that. So keeping just the 2 without the other 4 in your inventory is just taking up space. So now let's just go explore the space around Reinhart Castle here. We've got a lot of mountains or hills and forests, so that makes encounters pretty easy to find. And here we got Slime Knights. These guys can join your party in Generation 2, and they're actually a pretty decent character. They have good resistances. They learn a few good spells like Heal More, Boom Spell for everybody. So they're not like the best offensively, or they're not the best defensively, but they're pretty good at all areas, and they can equip a lot of weapons and armor. And if you can cheese the game and cheat the game, at the casino, you can get basically the best sword in the game really, really early, and the Slime Knight can equip it. So he basically becomes like a super powerhouse. Now, I will not be doing that because it's kind of like cheating, like it says cheating at the casino. But now to the southeast of around Reinhart Castle, we can only find like the Slime Knights and those cactus balls. If we go to the southeast, we can run into a new enemy area, and in that area we can find these baby newts, and we can find the final new enemy in this area. Also exploring around here, we'll get to see kind of where we're going. Last enemy here, the Brownie. They can also join your party in Generation 2. Not as good as the Slime Monster because they don't, the Slime Knight because they don't gain any skills, but sometimes you just need it for tanking, for taking damage and doing damage, so. Well, we've got all those monsters, and now we also got enough money to buy the last piece of item we need, the Iron Helm for Barongo. Those cactus balls dropped wooden helmets a lot. Got pretty lucky. They dropped them quite often, so it must have a really high drop rate. Of course, wooden hat, not a very good helmet. Just want to get rid of it and sell it. But like I said, get that iron helmet from Barongo. We also got some seeds. We got an Acorn of Magic. We can use that to get between 3 and 5 magic points. And we also got an Intelligence Seed, 1 to 3 points of intelligence. So I'll once again using them between episodes to max out those stats for Bean. And as always, we can do that because we're just going to go save our game. Stay at the inn first, and go ahead and save our game inside the castle. So yeah, even though like Pappas is gone, he's been gone for a while. Doesn't matter. We'll doesn't matter if you go right away to where he's at, or you wait around here and grind. Pappas is always going to be at the same place. And this lady tells us where that is. She said, to the northeast there's a cave that's very dangerous. She said, my mother told me never to go there. So that's your clue where you're supposed to go, because you know if you're told not to go somewhere in an RPG, you should go there. Basically, that's the game's way of telling you that, hey, go here. So, we talk with the priest. We save our game. And then we'll come back here in our next episode. Like I said, between episodes, I will max out those stats with those seeds. And then we're going to head out and try to find Father Pappas and see if he has managed to find Prince Henry, who's been kidnapped. Take care, have a good one. Thanks for following along. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Bye.